Okay, let's start lesson 3. Lesson 3 is installing and configuring Oracle RAC. Objectives. After completing this lesson, you should be able to install Oracle database software. We already created the Oracle cluster by installing Oracle Grid Infrastructure, which comes with Oracle Clusterware and Oracle ASM. So we can install Oracle database software, and then we can create Oracle RAC database on it, or Oracle RAC one node database, or a single instance database. And also, we will learn how to configure Oracle RAC reader node. That's a read-only instance. That's new support starting from 12.2. We will get into this topic as well. And how to convert a single instance Oracle database to RAC. So that's another topic. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to split this lesson into 2 sections. And I will cover installation and creation of a database and configuring Oracle RAC reader node. That's one topic. And I will introduce converting a single instance Oracle RAC database. Actually, converting single instance to Oracle RAC database. Okay, so installation and creating a cluster database. Just like a single instance environment and standalone environment, you download Oracle database software. In our practice environment, we downloaded Oracle database software on the stage and database location. And once you start Oracle Universal Installer, you have various options. So you provide all required options to complete installation. The first page is configuring and security update. So you can provide your email and to get the security update through My Oracle Support. Since it is an education session, during the practice time, you're going to uncheck this option, and then you're going to move on to next step, and that will give you installation option. And you have an option here, creating and configuring database, which means that after install database software, and you will create starter database, okay? Or you install database software only, and then later on you can create one or more databases. And if you already have an existing database, and as a part of out of place upgrade, you can choose a third option, so you can upgrade an existing database as well. And where should I install Oracle database software? Let's take a look at our environment. And we had a discussion of Oracle Clusterware, and as a part of practice 1, you learned how to install Oracle Grid Infrastructure to install Clusterware and ASM. And let's say our cluster configuration. I'm going to log in as a Grid user account, and I will set environment variable, and I will check OLS nodes -A option, or you can use the -C option. So right now, I have a cluster 01, the cluster available here in this environment. And you can also use the -A option, and this will give you the role of each server. And 3 servers are hub nodes, and 2 servers are leaf node, okay? In 12.1, only hub nodes could host Oracle database. So, if this were 12.1 environment, you will just install database software, host 01, host 02, host 03, enough. Okay? But if you want to change your role from leaf to hub, or hub to leaf, back and forth to manage a dynamic cluster, then possibly you can also install database software in host 04 and host 05 just to support role changes. But you couldn't install and create database in the leaf node, okay? But starting with the 12.2, you can create a database instance in the leaf node as well. So you can you can install database software across all 5 servers, and then you create read-write instances in first 3 hub nodes, and then read-only instances in the host 04 and host 05. So you can do so. Since we have a practice activity on the reader node, which we're going to discuss, which is a read-only instance that will be running in leaf node, as a part of a practice activity, we will create database instances out of host 04, host 05. That's why when we install database software, we choose all 5 servers here. So host 01 through host 05. And also, in order to install software remotely without providing password, and you will also need to configure SSH connectivity. And OUI provides a very nice, handy function. So you click SSH connectivity, and you provide OS account password to connect to host 1 to host 05. And you also select database edition. And if you want to install complete the features and also features and the complete features, you can choose Enterprise Edition, and this will include self-managing database feature. They give you scalability benefit and performance and high availability and security features. And for the medium-sized business, you may need only standard edition 2 option only, so you may use a second option. So depending on what you need, you can choose the first option or second option. As a part of a practice activity, to test the complete features available, we're going to use first option, Enterprise Edition. And installing Oracle database software, installation location. You choose Oracle base location, in this case, user 1 app Oracle, and you will also have to specify where to install database software. And in this example, user 1 app Oracle product 12.2.0 db_1, that's the software location. And also, you will have to associate privileged groups with OS groups. So what is the reason? The reason is, we have a predefined privilege group named OSDBA. And this privilege has a privilege. It allows us to log in as sysdba without providing username password once OS account is trusted by Oracle, or once OS account is a member of DBA in this example. And also, we have OS upper, OS backup, and different privileges are associated with different OS groups. So the member of each OS group can log in as sysdba or sysupper and sysbackup. And these are all to enable OS authentication method. Okay, I already created a starter database, so I can show you quickly. Okay, so this is my environment. I will open new session here. And this is my the initial server. I connected to a DNS server. And I will connect to host 01. And I will log in. And I will set environment variable. And I created the ORCL database. I believe this is ORCL. Let me check. So I will have to set the Oracle seed. So in order to use Oracle EMV, I will use, this doesn't have, I'm going to actually edit this a little bit. ORCL underscore 3, just for demonstration purpose, user 1, app, Oracle product 12.0, 2.0, db home underscore 1. Okay, so I set Oracle home, I set Oracle seed, and then what I'm gonna do, let me check actually this OS account. This OS account is Oracle. It is a member of inventory group, and also it is a member of a DBA group, and also it is a member of backup DBA, and also data guard DBA, and key manager DBA, ASM DBA, and so on. So this OS account was associated with many other OS groups, and these OS groups associated with OS DBA and OS Upper and so on. So once you log in as Oracle, which is trusted OS account, to the database server, then you can log in to your database by providing any username, any password as a sysdba. I'm able to log in because we authenticated this user at the OS level, and so we trust this Oracle account, and we're going to allow this OS account to log in as a sysdba to our database. So that's actually OS authentication. To enable OS authentication in this page, and you will have to associate privileged groups with OS groups. That's what you have to do. And then you will have to wait for the prerequisite testing, and then you will check the summary information, and then finally you install in the middle of installation, or actually at the end of installation, you will see pop-up window. It's asking us to install root.sh script across all database servers. So we execute root script in host 01, host 02, host 03, and host 04, and host 05. That's what we do. Okay, so in our environment, in order to start Oracle Universal Installer, you will have to follow instruction. I will show you. And terminal. And this is your first server when you get into your lab environment. And you will have to type SSH, and you will have to enable X window. So we're going to start OUI from remote server, which is host 01, and we bring that graphical information into the local host. So I will log in as Oracle host 01. So I will actually log in, and then I type the password. And this is actually the host 01 remote server. Because I'm in the DNS, I remotely connected to host 01, and I'm going to run OUI in host 01, and I will bring it to localhost. That's what I want to do. And we already saved database software under stage and database location. And here we have installer. So you can run installer, and after you wait a couple of seconds, OUI will be popped up. And then you can actually follow the same instructions. So you disable, you uncheck, and then you confirm, and then you will actually provide additional options. It's exactly the same as what I showed you. And next thing is DBCA. DBCA is the same. So I need a DBCA tool. I want to actually present it to localhost. So I'm going to run DBCA, hit enter, So in this case, I didn't set Oracle Home. That's why I'm not able to start DBCA. So I will have to type instance name, and then I can start DBCA. Okay, so this is how we're going to actually start DBCA. But one thing what you have to know, in my case, to show you a demonstration, I updated oratet file. Okay, so I added Oracle Seed and Oracle Home. Okay, but sometimes the Oracle will change this Oracle Seed if you create policy manage the database. Depending on instance startup order, the instance name will get changed. So what you can do, after you create database, you can run srvctl status and database command, status database -db orcl, and you can also use verbose option. Then when you run this command, it will show you exact location. Okay, I created the starter database for demonstration. In this example, in host 1, ORCL3 instance is running. Host 2, ORCL1 instance is running. And also with the -verbose option, I can even display open status, whether it is a mount state or open state and so on. So you can actually use this command to view the location of instances. So we already installed Oracle database software. Now time to create database. And you will start DBCA. In this example, Oracle Home wasn't set. That's why we had to change the directory to bin, and then we execute DBCA executable file, so that way we can start DBCA. And then we have actually a second step. And also in the database deployment type page, and you choose database type, either RAC database, and also RAC OneNode database, and also configuration type, policy managed, and also admin managed. And what's the difference between policy managed and admin managed database? So let's take a look at this. Okay, so this is actually a database configuration type, and we can create database with admin managed, and we can create database with the policy managed. So we have one of the two options. And admin managed database, you will have to specify where to start database instance. So instance placement is controlled by administrator. So during the database creation time, you will have to specify where to start database instance on which host. However, when you create policy managed database, you will have to create or choose server pool. Server pool is a group of servers. So once you choose a server pool, then your database will be created out of a server pool, and also instance will be created in any servers in the server pool. And it doesn't matter how many servers in the server pool. Okay, so when you create database, you choose server pool name and cardinality. If a cardinality is 5, for example, then your database can have up to 5 instances if there are enough number of servers in the server pool. And if cardinality is 2, for example, then even though you have 3 servers in the server pool, then only 2 locations are selected to create database instances. And also database instance location is random, so it can be any location. So there is no association between instance name and host name, because your database was created, and your database will be created in the server pool. So that's what we have to know. So in our example, as a part of a practice activity, we will choose a policy managed database. And then which database do you want to create? So you choose a template. In this case, data warehouse and custom database and general purpose or transactional. So depending on your workload pattern expected, you create database accordingly. And also, look at this. So create server pool for this database. And also you choose cardinality. And also if you have an existing server pool, you can also select existing server pool to create database on it. And my global database name is ORCL. And you can also create your database with a multi-tenant architecture. And it's a flexible architecture that allows you to consolidate many number of databases into a single database platform. Since we have one chapter that covers multi-tenant container database in RAC configuration, in the beginning, we will only focus on standard architecture, and later on, we're going to recreate database with multi-tenant architecture for multi-tenancy discussion. And also, storage option. And where do you want to create your database? In this particular example, we chose ASM, especially data ASM disk group. And you can create your database any supported shared file system. But the Oracle recommendation is using ASM as a database location. And also, you choose fast recovery area. This is your default backup location. So your multiplexed control file goes to this location. Your multiplexed the online reader file goes to this location. And your backup will be stored here. Your archive log files will be stored here. Okay. And then you can choose additional the options, security options, configuring Oracle database vault, and configuring Oracle label security. In our practice environment, when we create database, we will not choose these options because we will not discuss security in our area. And also, you will have to choose memory management. And you can manage your database memory through the one of three method. The first method is automatic memory management, which means that I want to manage SGA and PGA together by using Oracle automatic memory management. Or you can only manage component of SGA that is called automatic shared memory management. You may want to choose automatic shared memory management in case your SGA is pinned in the physical RAM by using a huge page. And huge page is a non-swappable memory. The customers may want to use huge page to pin SGA. In that case, automatic memory management is not possible. So you only manage a component of SGA by using automatic shared memory management. And the other option is manage all SGA component, PGA component manually. So that's user control, admin control. So you have actually those choices. And you can also click the other tabbed pages, including connection mode and sample schemas to create sample schemas for testing. And also, we have a cluster verify check periodically. Okay, in production environment, you may want to choose this option. What cluster verify utility check can do, Oracle Clusterware registered cluster the verification utility as a resource of a clusterware. So every few hours, this utility will check best practices on your cluster configuration and also your database configuration. And then it will make report so you can review it. And also, we choose this option to configure Enterprise Manager Database Express. In our class environment, we will use Enterprise Manager Database Express, so you will have to choose this option. And in your environment, real environment, if Enterprise Manager Cloud Control Setup is already available, you can also use Enterprise Manager as well instead of using Enterprise Manager Database Express option. And also, you provide database schema owner's password, the owner's password, especially administrative password. Okay, sys user account and also system user account password will be provided here. And then finally, you create database. You choose a create database option and check prerequisite. And then we're going to review summary. And then monitor database creation. It probably takes around 25 minutes, okay, with just to create start a database. And if you enable more products and features, that may take a longer time. And also, in the finish page, you will see a database SID name and database name. And also, you see the Enterprise Manager Express URL. So you copy this, and you're going to use it for the practice activity later on. So we already completed the clusterware installation. Thus, we were able to install database software. And then we can create database, and we could create database, either single instance, RAC 1 node, and RAC database. And then as a final verification, you're going to run srvctl, the command and utility. You can actually check configuration of your database. For example, in my case, I can run srvctl and show me configuration of a database. My database name is ORCL. Hit enter. And it will show you configuration of your database. So let's take a look at a couple of lines here. My DB name here in this case, and that's ORCL database. DB unique name and DB name is the same. And also SP file and password file. And these locations are ASM, which is a shared location. And I like they having the shared the password file in the shared storage, because in the data guard environment or RAC and data guard environment, it makes your password file management a lot more easier. And also, we have a startup option and we have an immediate option. So whenever you start database using srvctl start database command, then what will be default start option? And also when you stop database command, and then what will be the default option? And this start and stop option will give you the default start and stop option. And this database is a primary database. And this database will be restored automatically by clusterware. And also, it is a policy managed database. At the end of a line here, you see here, this database is a policy managed database. Okay? Since this database is a policy managed database, if you want to see the location of an instance, you will have to use srvctl and status database -db and -verbose. And then we have a location, and this is the easiest way to find out location of instances. And once you created the database, then as a part of an instance, there are many other background processes that will be running. There will include the ACMS. Okay, this will control the memory management globally, okay, and also GTX process, global transaction process, and this is to support distributed transaction. And also, we do have ping process, and this will measure the round trip time between instances. And also, if you have a configured reserve cache, and then reserve cache background process will be running. And also, we have a management process and also slave monitor process. As a part of lesson 7, and we're going to get into LMON process, LMD process, LMS process, LCK process. And LMHB process will monitor all these processes. Okay? So these are background processes that are part of Oracle RAC environment and Oracle RAC database. And we will discuss these topics through one of the lessons. And this is the first part of a lesson 1. And this is the first part of a lesson 3.